The Indian Ocean has the habit of reinventing the paradise. For decades, Bali was its crown jewel. Temples and terraces by day, beach clubs and neon lights at nights after dark. But Bali's beauty has come at a cost. Traffic, choked roads, crowded coastlines, and skyline where villas rise faster than rice. Now, just across the narrow strait, another island is being cast in the spotlight. Lombok. For surfers, it was always the place with better waves and fewer crowds. For backpackers, it was a secret detour to the Gilis. But in 2025, Lombok isn't just an alternative. It's being positioned as a successor. Indonesia's government has marked it a super priority destination. Marriott is opening a flagship luxury collection resort, and Mandalika, a new mega coastal project, has already hosted MotoGP in front of millions of screens worldwide. This isn't a sleepy neighbor anymore. Lombok is being primed as a next Bali, but with a chance to do what Bali never could. The caution isn't whether Lombok is next, it's how it chooses to arrive. North of Senggigi, the coast slows to hush. Coconut groves give way to long crescent of pale sands. The gillies float offshore like green grass coins tugged along the shoreline. The Sira, a luxury collection resort and spa, signals Lombok's new intent. Branded 5-star polish in a place that still feels private. Suites open to lawns and sea. Mount Rinjani rising inland like a stone blue backdrop. It's a global flag planted in a quiet bay, an anchor that tells affluent travelers you can start here. Not far away, legacy names prove Lombok has had pedigree all along. The Oberoi Beach Resort Lombok has long paired Medina Bay's stillness with classic service. Boats runs to Gilis by day, lanterns lit dinner by night. Boutique devotees whisper about the Lombok Lodge. 9 suites, design-forward intimacy, and a front row seat to turtle-bright waters. Together, they sketch a North Coast mood. Discreet, spacious, unhurried. Fly or dive south, and the vibe shifts from whisper to build. Mandalika, Indonesia's designated super priority tourism zone on Lombok, strings beaches and headlands into a master plan. Luxury hotels, residences, a marina, a golf course, and a racetrack that brought MotoGP to the island. It's a spectacle with a strategy. Draw global eyes, then keep them long enough to fill rooms and restaurants. The Pertamina Mandalika International Circuit is the district's megaphone. When bikes scream against turquoise horizons, Lombok trends worldwide, and the South Coast feels like festival. Proof that ambition here isn't hypothetical. For travelers, The energy translates new ventures, smoother roads, and event calendars that turns shoulder weeks into reasons to fly. For years, Gili Islands, Travagan Air and Mano was shorthand for barefoot travel. No cars, coral shallows, sunset swings. The DNA remains, but edges are polished. Boutique resorts rise behind palms. Menus lean farm and sea to table. Dive boats give way to day yachts. The sweet spot is holding on to boho ease while elevating comfort, letting luxury drift in without drowning out what made the Gilis magnetic. A cleaner slate where Bali flights over capacity. Lombok offers room to breathe, both literally and in brand story. Mandalika supplies momentum. The North Coast supplies serenity. Global confidence. The luxury collection's arrival isn't an accident. Legacy players like Oberoi and design-led boutiques add texture, not just inventory. Access that's quality improving. Lombok International now lists scheduled non-stops across Indonesia and select regional links at 30-minute hops from Bali, and the island feels closer than its reputation suggests. Price to pleasure. Villa footprints sprawl. Beaches are still generous. Rates often feel softer than Bali's headline tags, especially outside peak holidays. Bali is shorthand for culture meets party, dance, dazzling, and divisive. The Maldives perfects isolation at a price. Sri Lanka trades in range. Tea, safari, surf, city. Lombok threads a different needle. A two-coast proposition, quiet luxury in the north, event-led gloss in the south, with the Gilis as a low-key lagoons between them. It's not trying to clone Bali's nightlife or Maldives over-water one-upmanship. It's selling calm, contrast, and coastline. Touchdown at LOP after lunch. By sunset, you are on the Sira's lawn, sea going violet, Rinjani fading to slate, morning swim, slow breakfast, Gili snorkel run, dinner is candle glow and clove scented air, midweek pivot south, Mandalika's roads curve along coves and Casuarina. Check into a new build with big terraces. Spend a day tracing bays from Kuta, Lombok to Tanjung An. Time your trip to a race weekend and the island hums. Close the loop with a final night back north. Long table seafood under stars so bright they feel close enough to touch. Every ascent shadows a cost. Coastal strain is real. Reefs don't rebuild on developer timeline, and water tables aren't infinite. Social impact matters. As land values leap, so does the risk of pricing out fishing families and small holders. Infrastructure is better, but still uneven once you leave main corridors. If Lombok learns from Bali's hardest lessons, waste, water, zoning, it can scale grace. not just rooms. Mandalika's visibility will magnify both wins and missteps. Here, luxury isn't for spectacle's sake. It's space of beach, of sky, of time. It's a split itinerary where you can move from private bay hush to race week roar without crossing borders. It's craft, woven textures, timber lines, recipes that taste of sea and spice rather than a global template. The Sira's polish, Oberoi's classism, boutique's minimalism on lagoon, different notes, one chord. Lombok's story isn't that it's Bali but empty. It's that it can deliver Indian Ocean romance at humble scale, calmer north, energized south, and islands in between, without losing the quiet that made people whisper about in the first place. The brands are here, the blueprint is drawn, the horizon is wide. So as you imagine your next escape, ask yourself, do you want to chase the crowd or arrive before it does? If you like this video, like it and do subscribe. Until next time.